I started with my Shut the F Up Donnie shirt, and look what's underneath a Biden-Harris shirt. It's a new day. It's na, hey, bye-bye. Na, hey, see ya. All right, then. Bye-bye.
Now, baby, listen, baby.
We
you're fine.
Probably
You're
won't
good.
for a while.
It's, oh my God. How about just to the end, just lying. Here's the first lady who's the most popular first lady ever. I'm like, oh my God.
That's
the
crazy.
absolute most unpopular first lady ever. The first lady to have a negative approval rating ever. Oh my God. And then what else? What else? Lied about the VA choice again. What else? Lied about everything. And it was like, I wish them well. First of all, he won't say their. Say their names, bitch. Joe Biden's. It's Kamala Harris. Say their name, bitch. So he won't say their name. And then he's like, oh, I wish them well. They're really set up for success. They're really set up well. All right, the smoking, sickly, jobless ruin you've left this country. They're set up very well. I'm sure they do well. I set them up.
And if things go well, think of me. Think of me.
Oh my God! Have a good life. Yeah, Happy New Year to you.
Guess what? We're saying Merry Christmas again.
Happy New Year to you in jail.
Have a good life. What else did I tell you, Travis? He said, we'll be back in some form. Oh my God. This is why we need to convict and remove in the Senate because. Right? We need Ann Archer in the bathroom. I'm just telling you, he means like he'll melt into mercury, like in Terminator. I'll be back in some form.
However, if he forms the Patriot Party and splits the GOP in half,
Let's do it.
Would be good.
Chris, that's the best idea I've heard in quite some time. If he wants to start his own party, the Patriot Party, yes.
Yes.
Do it.
Go for it.
A Patriot Party made up entirely of traitors. Yes. That's a dandy idea. Do it. Oh, my God. Have a good life.
NBC News and CNN are reporting that he did leave a note on the desk for Biden.
And what is it? I'm telling you right now, you know I'm always right. It's a map. It's a map of it's a map of the United States written in Sharpie with all the red filled in with red crayon and just I won in a landslide. You know it and I know it and everyone knows it. That's what the note is. I'm telling you right now.
It's a kid's placemat from Denny's.
Look at all the red. I'm telling you, he drew an electoral map. He can't write, so he drew a map. Look at all the red, Joe. Look at all the red, Joe. It's all because I wanted a landslide and we all know it.
And then he finished to connect the dots on the Denny's placemat.
Yeah. You can't draw the United States. Come on.
What did you guys expect to feel today? Did you expect to feel this level of joy and schadenfreude?
I was feeling it last night already.
I'm still nervous. I'm nervous about today. I'm just everything. I'm a mix of everything. Aren't you?
I have no emotions, so I'm just
broken inside.
Yeah,
I'm all dead inside.
Yeah. At 9 o'clock our time, we're gonna have a new president. Hooray!
Chris is that straggler. Chris is that straggler in the movie. Go ahead without me. I'll never make it. We're like, okay. Sucks to be you. We made it through. I know. Wasn't that what you were thinking? Like, I can't believe we barely made it through this S. We barely. I mean, this country barely survived. And I'm like, there is it's like everything. Getting out of an abusive relationship, it's everything all at once. Like, you can't believe this is over. You're just like, oh my God.
Like people said when Trump lost the election, anybody who's ever broken up with a narcissist knows what's ahead for the next 3 months. And that's exactly what we got. We broke up with a narcissist.
Of course he went, China virus. He had to say he had to be racist and awful and narcissistic right to the very bitter end, right?
Yeah.
Oh
I didn't expect anything else than the speech he gave. So I'm like, that's the last time we're going to have to hear that. So that's good. Yay.
God, how hard. We work so hard. This family, how hard. Well, good. You'll be really good at the hard rock work in prison because you worked so hard. Oh, and how about we left it all in the field? It's on the field, you friggin' moron. We left it all in the field. We worked so hard.
Someone on Twitter said, "Hard workers never have to say how hard they work."
Right? You golfed and tweeted,
Yeah.
you idiot. We saw
Right.
you.
Mhm.
Oh my God. I just, of course, took credit for the vaccine. Oh my God. How about the contrast already? How many times did you cry yesterday watching Joe Biden talking about the souls lost, talking about his son yesterday? I was like, oh my God, a human president.
Yeah.
And can I just say, as we all know, I voted for Elizabeth Warren.
Right.
Joe Biden, it's like he was created for this moment in our history.
Yeah.
He is perfect. Like he is. I cried when he's like, I only wish that Bo were here. We should be, introducing him as president. Like it's just, and you can see the tears, just the ceremony with the lights. And finally, a president talking about the 400 American souls we've lost, seeing all the American flags. I'm like, I'm a mess already.
That's what got to me yesterday is we haven't had a national memorial or even conversation about the number of lives that we've lost during this pandemic.
Yeah.
We've been in a constant state of mourning without acknowledging it. And yesterday, we finally acknowledged it, and I got misty.
But isn't that's what I mean, Chris? It's like, I'm sorry, I lost the thought, but no, that's what I mean. Is just the it almost is like whiplashy, but that no one can speak to loss better than Joe Biden.
Yeah.
I mean, you could not just, his story, you see it in his face and the empathy and the way he talks about losing people.
Yeah.
And how you go on and how you survive that. And that's exactly where we are as a country. We're traumatized. We're it could not have been like more. You're right, Chris. Exactly what you thought. Just graceless and classless, and trying to take credit for everything and trying to go.
Yeah.
Oh well, they'll probably do well because they're set up so fast. I mean, seriously, has any incoming president, ever been set up worse? He literally left him the 1917 flu and the Great Depression, and he's like, "Okay, have a good life. My work is done here."
And the Civil War.
Yeah.
And so he left
the Civil War.
And the Civil War.
And thank you, Chris. I'm sorry, and Travis. Yes, thank you. Good point. Oh my God. Sean, bring the kids in. Oh God, I believe the children are the future. Let's have all the kids say goodbye too. Kids, come on in. All you little step heads. Yeah.
Oh.
Now it's time to say goodbye to our Canada.
And we're not gonna miss ya. Delighted to see you go.
Oh, the children. Thank you,
Yeah.
kids. Thank you, Rocky Mountain Mike.
I didn't know we had a children's chorus at the Stephanie Miller Show.
And by the way, what a sad little birthday party that was. The pony didn't show up. So it's like one balloon that got deflated. I love that Pence and McConnell skipped Trump's departure to go to the Biden inauguration.
Yeah.
Everyone did.
Oh my God. They're all at church with Joe Biden. I'm like, you couldn't watch something that's more fantastic for his ego.
Yeah.
Right?
Did we get a view of the crowd? I don't think I saw a view of how big that crowd was at
It was like Charlie Brown. It was like six of them. They all moved together. It was only his family.
Joy Behar said that. That's what I thought. They kept it tight so
shots.
we couldn't see how big the crowd was. But Joy Behar said, "I have more relatives in one borough of New York City than the number of people that were at his send-off."
Listen, I'm a nerd that works in my basement, but how many parties have I had? And they're a hot ticket. Have I ever said, "Oh, by the way, can you please bring five people?"
Never.
I mean, oh my God. It was, and they invited Scaramucci and John Kelly and John Bolton and all the people that hate him. Was he unaware that, oh my God.
No, he's not. He's not aware.
So, no, that was the final blow. Pence, I love that Pence. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have a hard time getting through today. Pence said it would be they said it would be logistically challenging for Pence to attend both events. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, because he's vice president. His transportation is not exactly like ours. So yeah, I'm sure he couldn't possibly get to both.
Not at all.
It was probably two. Yeah. It was
Could have just taken the helicopter back.
All right, so McConnell and McCarthy and Pelosi and Schumer are all at church with Joe Biden.
Yes.
Instead of this sad little going away party.
Which is refreshing, actually. It's refreshing.
Yes. I
like that.
Oh my, we're all just like, oh my God, can't you feel the country as a whole? We're like, yeah. Okay, let's move. All right, bye. Let's move on. Let's just, oh my God, the nightmare is over. Can I just say, I had to have you get Maddo because, as everyone on Twitter said, this was epic. This was epic. I can, even if you missed it or you want to hear it again, you want to have the same orgasm again. But here she is.
I have found myself thinking over the past week or so, if Mr. Trump could have seen into the future to this day, if in 2015, when he was thinking about running for president, if he could have picked one day in the future and picked this day, the final day of his presidency, to know what it was going to be like this day, to know what he would have wrought and brought down upon himself by this day, do you think he would have run in the first place? I mean, honestly, don't think about how he thinks about the country. We still don't understand that, but we know about how he thinks about himself and his own interests. And he is leaving office with the main legitimately open question on the last day and the last night of his presidency being, will he try to pardon himself to avoid future federal prosecution and potential federal imprisonment for his crimes?
Okay, go on.
He is leaving office tomorrow with this conundrum of how he's going to keep himself out of prison. He couldn't even pull a Richard Nixon in the end because apparently he does not trust that his vice president would pardon him if he resigned, like Ford at least did for Nixon. He couldn't even count on that because he can't trust his vice president to do that for him, not after he sicked a murderous mob on his vice president less than 2 weeks ago in the Hang Mike Pence attack on the Capitol that he directly incited.
It's what we said yesterday, Chris. We think in place of a pardon, he would have left a joy buzzer, a whoopee cushion, and then Billy Bass.
And
take me to the river, take me, and clattering comedy teeth.
And chimps with cymbals.
I don't know what Billy Bass sings, but I think it's "Take Me to the River."
He sings "Take Me to the River." Yes.
Okay, and one last one. Rachel Maddow last night.
The only president in U.S. history to have ever lost the popular vote twice, to have been impeached twice. The only defeated incumbent president ever to use violence by his supporters to attack the U.S. government to try to force his continued hold on power. He leaves tomorrow at dawn, slinking out before the inauguration of the man who soundly beat him. He sneaks out early tomorrow as the only president in living memory to face the legitimate prospect of post-presidential conviction in the Senate and a lifetime ban on holding office and potential federal and state criminal charges in the courts.
It's all so delicious. And he pardoned Steve Bannon, who built his own supporters for money for the wall. I have to ask real quick. I know we have to break. Do you think any of his supporters, what percentage are going to get that this was all a lie? Do you know how many, Chris, do you know how many miles of wall were built? 12.
12, yeah.
12 to 15 miles of new wall. There was no healthcare plan that was always coming in 2 weeks. I mean, I just wonder, those were his own supporters that he just pardoned Steve Bannon for bilking for money for the wall that Mexico was supposed to pay for. Are they ever going to go, this was all a lie? This was all a lie, up to and including I didn't lose the election. It's just...
They're going to find
eventually
a way to rationalize this.
Yeah.
They'll rationalize it to themselves so that they weren't wrong or they weren't lied to.
They'll still say Q is coming.
Oh, okay. Well, we have that to look forward to.
Still hope then.
Guess what else we have to look forward to? Bob Cesca, Sarah Kendzior, Malcolm Nance, and Carlos Alzaraki on the big inauguration day.